Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
What's yours for the taking tonight?
Y'all hear that? At least it's better than me coming in here and saying, y'all smell that? Okay, you see what I'm saying, right? This in the world, I'm turning that down. Everything that comes through this mic today, I'm hearing it twice. I heard every commercial. I heard the opener twice. I could hear them both. I could hear two things. And now I'm coming out of the speaker afterwards. Then I'm turning it down. Okay, over there. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Valentine's Day, and some cray cray is in the air. I'm very excited about it though because I love when things are unlike they usually are. It means that something magical is going on. How are y'all? Happy Valentine's Day. I didn't even remember until 10 minutes ago it was Valentine's Day. Oops. I'll blame it on the snowstorm we had. It wasn't so big ago. They said we had 8 inches coming in. We only got like 2. So I'm very pleased with that. More things in your neck of the woods. I know our guest today, it's 4 a.m. in Hawaii. And I, as much as I want to feel sorry for his ass, he's in Hawaii. So I'm just saying, oh my God, I've never even been there. And I was a big fan of McIntyre, so I deserve a trip to Hawaii. Hey, you live there. Oh, I can visit now. I'm just saying, wow. Um, Royal Kai, I know which one is it? You're gonna explain that whole name again. Aurelius Funk is here, and he is in his car so that he can have great Wi-Fi. He's up with the crack of dawn for real, and he's here for the second time. We're gonna get him in here. Before we do, I want to just welcome all of you. I see you. Come on in here, real quick. I gotta say it. If you are in the Boston area, around the first, second, and third of next month, March, I would love to catch up with you. I'd love to have some coffee or just say hello. I'll be presenting the keynote Sunday, March 2nd at the PitCon Conference and Exposition. That's 6,500 chemists all coming together for, I think they're there for 5 days total. I'll be there for 3 of those. And if you're in the area, I'll be there. I'll also be starting rehearsals for the tour I'm doing with Sanjay Chopra, Deepak Chopra's brother. I'm so excited about that. So big things coming in March. And if you're in Boston, I would love to see you. So keep that in mind and holler at your boy. So other than that, things are going well. I am officially 26 pounds down since starting the Metabolic Balance Challenge with my coach, Ms. Polkey. And it has been a phenomenal experience. And if you know or don't know, back 10 years ago when I turned 52, I was at 198, just like I was a month or so ago. And here it is 10 years later. So last time I was able to get to this. I don't know if that guy will show back up or not, but it's not how he looked. I want how he felt. And he felt pretty damn good. So that's what I'm going for. Excuse me, 26 pounds down. Let's go. Big reveal coming up mid-March. Miss Jane will be back, and you'll get to see the before and the after. Now, if you're eating or around small children, or you got, your nerves are bad or something, turn away because here's what it looked like a month ago. Oh, wait, look. If that ain't the Black Alfred Hitchcock, I don't know what it is. Good evening. Just big old stomach. Right. So get it done, y'all. Get it done. So who do we have? I can't believe I can't. It's that thing repeating everything. I just finished talking over there just now. Okay, but I'm getting it done. When he gets in here, we'll see how it sounds. So he was here before. He wasn't in Hawaii at the time. RoyalKye Aurelius Funk, he is an inspiration author. He's a speaker. He's an empowerment coach. And he says that his life has been a testament to transformation, resilience, and miracles. Now, some of you remember he went through, and we're going to touch on that again today. He has experienced an NDE, which is a near-death experience, motorcycle accident, and this is what sparked what he refers to as a rapid healing process through body, mind, medicine, and a deep spiritual connection. He also goes on to say that after this life-altering experience, his mission was reshaped. And this is what inspired him to go ahead and start guiding others in the overcoming of adversity and the reclaiming of their purpose, passion. Can't love that. How can you not get behind that mission, right? So without further ado, he's been here before, but let's treat him like it's the first time. Put some hearts on the screen, you guys, as he comes down the hallway. Here's our guest, RoyalKye Aurelius Funk.
Aloha.
That thing is playing again. That whole little.
Hearing the feedback.
Yeah, it's not even feedback. You know how feedback comes right back? The whole thing plays, and then it plays again.
Interesting. Double time.
I'm gonna turn that down. I should listen over here. I'm gonna do this. I have it on here. How are you? Start talking.
I'm doing very well. Aloha from Hawaii, everybody. I live on the big island of Hawaii in a very remote spot, so we don't really have Wi-Fi. So I had to drive a ways this morning to be able to get service. So that's why I'm in my car, because I live in Hawaii in a very remote area. So
somebody says it could be StreamYard. What's happening last night on a different time? Pop out and pop back in. Let me do it. I wonder if he means completely. You can't. I can't. Well, because if I go all the way out, I have to do a whole nother stream.
Intro and everything.
Out there, what's it sound like to you?
It sounds fine. Sounds good. It cuts out a tiny bit, but I think that's just I have full service, but I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm on cellular right now, so
I can't even hear it out of my phone. The world is look. Let's just get going. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for getting up so early.
Yeah.
And you have some more work.
Right.
I'm gonna pop out. Robert says it sounds better now. Maybe we'll see. We're gonna get started by telling us. Share with us what you woke up with, probably just like 10 minutes ago, on your spirit today. And then I'll come back in and start it. Hi, Sherry McQueen. It's going in and out. And real quick, you guys, in your comment section, there's a link in there. That's to a free book. We're going to talk about that. But it's in there so you guys have it. I didn't want to forget why that's in there. And then let's let you take the stage. Say hello to everybody. I'm going to see if there's something I can do. All you.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, good morning, everybody from Hawaii. It's really early here. It is 4:11 a.m. I woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to you guys, and so I'm really happy to be here for the second time. And what's on my spirit today? I would say gratitude. Gratitude, certainly. When you wake up, I had to wake up at 3:30, so I'm like, oh man, this is early, like getting up early, but that's what you have to do sometimes when you're sharing your message and you live in Hawaii. I mean, it's rough out here. I don't have to deal with winter, so that's a little bit of a blessing. I was in the States visiting family. I'm officially an uncle now. My little brother had their first baby, so I'm an uncle now, and that's beautiful. But one thing that's on my heart is our perspective really determines our reality. So what are we focusing on? Because it doesn't matter where we're at. What is our perspective? It doesn't matter like who our partner is, what amount of money in the bank we have, what job we have. If our perspective isn't something that's empowering us, that's giving us life, it's taking away from us, because our perspective determines our reality. So when I wake up in the morning, I do what's called a body scan and looking at, how am I feeling? Where are my emotions today? Because the first 15 minutes of the day really determines how you're going to set the tone for the day. Because if you wake up and you do some meditation and some prayer and some gratitude, you're going to feel in a much better state than if you just wake up and get going. And so that's one thing I would offer that's been beneficial to me, is really getting the mind right and the heart right before the day even unfolds, because you have to have a purpose and a connection to a higher power than yourself right out of the gate. So that's what's on my heart today.
And I keep thinking I'm going to interrupt if I talk because he's still talking over there. I left. I did what you said, Robert Brooker. I left and came back. Siri says it's better now.
Sounds good. Yeah. No. Maybe.
I just started talking again. Just bizarre. I don't care. I'm not. You know what? Look, that tells me we got something very important to get into today.
Yeah.
It's
We're
my
not starting it
ADHD.
again. I
It's
woke
like
up at
having a field
3:30.
day. Huh?
I said I woke up at 3:30 to get this going.
I know. This is a challenge for me to just like. Y'all can't hear that coming through the microphone? Okay, good. So let's go here. We're going to start with, I have a clip pulled up, and I'm going to talk about this. When I first started, back then, I still believed in the term haters, but then God changed that out for me and says, you don't have haters, Lauren. You have closet fans. They love you. They just don't know it yet. That is your job, right? And I had a person who tried to destroy me when I cleaned my life up. Say, if you think you're gonna done tonight, you'll see I'm gonna make up something. And he did. And I ended up having to have a trial and all, but I was exonerated. But at the time, anything could have happened, or so I thought. And this person, even when my career opened up, just tried with false accounts and all these things, and we had to get a forensic and a social media forensic person to track the IP address and shut him down. It was just a mess. And I was like, what makes a person hate so much? And then God told me, because nobody wants to feel like they've been left behind. And so it got me thinking, and it happened a couple times on the show where their haters will reach out to me. And that happened after our show. A kid from your high school days hit me up privately and said, he doesn't care. He bullied me, and he is going around pretending like this, and it was so sad. And the thing was, I felt like really just, I wish I could have given him a virtual hug, because I was like, dude, don't carry this any longer. It is not serving you, and it's all about forgiveness. So you want to respond to that real quick about forgiveness and how you deal with it, because it wasn't easy for me at first.
Yeah.
But eventually it panned out, and the guy stopped, and it hasn't happened since. But why do you think these things happen for us, where we get to hear from the past?
I think there's a certain point in our journey, like you said, like nobody likes to be left behind, and it creates a contrast. If you're moving forward boldly in faith and you're on your path and your mission, and you're doing what God's called you to do, there's going to be people in the past that have a limited perspective of you. They're still living in that timeline, in that realm of who they think you are. But it's been, 20 years more, literally, 2 decades since that's happened. And so it creates this separation, but they see an older version of you, but they don't even know the new version of you. And the thing about me bullying and doing those things is I never, ever would start anything. I wasn't the one that started it, but I would finish it, right? Like I wouldn't let people just talk crap to me. Like I wouldn't do that. I was a wrestler, I was just like, I ain't gonna do that. Like, and everybody has a journey and a growing path, and there's something specifically in my book. And if people actually read it, they'll understand like the growth and the journey that I've gone on, and how I share authentically and vulnerably the things that I've experienced. And so there's a short little paragraph on page 8. Lastly, I want to extend my sincere apologies to anyone I may have unintentionally hurt along my path. As I reflect on my journey, I recognize that I have made decisions and caused pain to others unknowingly. I'm deeply sorry for any hurt I may have caused, and hope this book serves as a testament to my growth and commitment to becoming a better person. So I don't live in the past. When we live in the past, it limits us into a previous version of ourselves that no longer exists. I'm not that individual. People aren't that individual anymore. And so they have to move forward boldly. And when you're holding on to judgment and hate and critical thinking of yourself and other people, it locks you into that paradigm. There's no room for growth. And the law of attraction, whatever you're judging, you're still attracting. And so it's sad when people feel left behind, or they're unable to move through hurts and pains and trauma of the past, or these perspectives, because it's only them that's drinking the poison. It's like somebody wants to throw shade on someone else, but they're drinking the poison themselves. And so one of the things that I teach my clients is the brain doesn't know the difference from an internal event or an external event. And we live in a reflective universe. So if you are casting shade or hate towards somebody, the brain doesn't know the difference if it's internal or external, and if it's happening towards you. Yeah, I hear the feedback now.
Oh, is that coming in late? I thought I had
Yeah.
figured it out. Okay, but I still like it better coming out of that phone. Listen, I heard what you said, and I get it. You're right. But you know what I was shocked the most about when it was me, when I was the recipient, was how long. Why I kept asking if it was reversed, and I was glad to be away from your wretched ass. This was, why would I get up? It was like he got up waiting for me to start my day so that he could follow it and listen. And I just couldn't understand it. But what I'm hoping has happened is that maybe over the years, that was 9 years ago, I'm hoping that over the years, maybe he just started watching and something worked on him. Like why are you still in this? Look at, and maybe the proof of where God has taken me will be enough. Maybe he needed to see that to get me out of the way. You see, that's what I pray for. But if we see it like this, it must be something pretty prevalent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's out there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just the stuff that he said to you, and then like was throwing comments towards me, and now you have this book of lies and everyone thinks you're insane and everyone's laughing at you. I'm like, okay. I mean, they killed a perfect man. Like the world killed a perfect man and crucified a perfect man. You think like if you're sharing truth and love and light, everybody's gonna love you and agree with you? Come on, like no. And so it was just interesting, and I feel there's these points, like these milestones, right? Where it seems like something that's negative, but it's actually a reflection of how far you've come and where you're going. And so it's actually like a growth point or a milestone. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now I'm waiting for you to stop talking. Too funny, but because I want to hear the full thing so I can respond properly, so it's kind of like a lag. I wonder if it has something to do with you being in Hawaii.
Maybe.
I'm just, who knows? But you're right. So, forgiveness. I wanted to just touch on forgiveness because I want great things for this person. His name is Tim, as far as I know, still with us. It's just I wonder what you call that. Is there a name? Sharon Queen? She used to be able to look up everything and find an answer. I wonder do you know what that's called? When people hold on and like stalk you because they feel they hate you, or what is
A
that?
deep a deep-seated resentment, living in
You
the
said
past.
deep-seated resentment. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Well, I found this clip, and let's see. I'll probably hear it twice. I'm not kidding. I'll probably hear it twice, but let's see how it works. I'm going to share the screen. It's something I found. I've never seen this clip, but the guy just looks like it's from the Buddhism site, has a 2.57 million subscribers. So they're doing something. Let's take a listen.
What do you think about this? Is forgiveness is a weakness, and the people who forgive, are they fools? Well, let's talk about this today. Normally, in this world, the forgiveness is oftenly referred as a weakness. People say, no, you should not forgive people. You should not let go of that anger and resentment. You have to take the revenge, and you should not forgive people. Well, let me ask you, if you did not forgive people, what are you going to do? You're going to hold on to anger, no? You're going to hold on to resentments. You're going to hold on to grudges. And what all those thoughts makes you, they will make you a negative person. They will hurt your mind. They will hurt your spirituality. That is why we have to understand what is the real forgiveness. So, what is the real forgiveness? Normally, people forgive and they let go of the anger and they uh, forget about the things that they have done. And also, in the next place, they fall into the same trap of the people who used to hurt them. So that is not the correct way of forgiving people. The real forgiveness must be there with forgiveness and also wisdom. So when the forgiveness and the wisdom combine together, then you can forgive people truly and correctly. So have to do that. So when you forgive people with wisdom, you're not saying that it is okay, you hurt me, and I'm going to fall into the same trap of you, right? I will believe you again and again. That is not the way. You can forgive people. You can let go of the anger. You can forget about the hurt that they have done to you. And also, still, you can stay away from their life and their negativity. Okay? That is where you combine the forgiveness and the wisdom, right? Then, if you forgive like that, if you forgive in such a way, then you will never fall into traps
Mm,
of those people who are going to use you. So, understand what real forgiveness is. When you forgive people, you're not forgiving them. Really, in reality, you're forgiving you, right? You're saying that, no, I'm not going to take this negativity anymore. I'm not going to hold on to this anger and resentment
mm,
anymore because I love myself. I don't want to hurt myself. I always care about my spiritual development, my good qualities, and my thoughts. So when you do that, you can forgive people and stay away from their negativity and their cheatings. So that is the correct way to forgive someone. So practice this and let go of those angry thoughts and resentments in your mind. Namo Buddhaya.
so, okay, let me turn it down. He's still talking over here on mine. Um, you know, I believe that. I believe that. Uh-oh, he went out and he's coming back. Let me just say this while we're waiting on him because he's in the car. Here he is.
I
Okay,
lost
welcome
it
back.
for a
Welcome back.
second. Yeah.
I was saying I believe that about forgiving myself because when I realized Tim had stopped, it was because I had let it go. I realized, well, I haven't thought about Tim in a long time. I wonder if he's still, and then I forgot about it until like now. So when I was holding on to it, I think it was giving him access. I was holding him in a way, I believe. And so when we like that's exactly how it worked. I must have done some form of self-forgiving, and then that's what did it. So do you talk about this in your book? Is there anything? Well, tell everybody about the book. First of all, let's take them there and I'm going to dip out and let you talk. The book it's a book. It's a real book. It's not
Yeah.
one of the pamphlets done over the weekend. You take anything from anybody, but it is pretty meaty. So I'm going to dip out because
meaty.
QR code. Yes, right. So go in, tell them all about it. I'm going to step out and mute myself and let you take
Okay.
it. Go ahead.
Awesome. Well, so this is a nonfiction self-mastery and spirituality book, and it's all about empowerment and resilience. And it takes you on my life adventures, and it's very authentic and real to allow the reader to go into their own journey, to question where their paradigms lie, where their perspectives lie. Because I'm sure a lot of people have heard about MBA. I got a Master in Business Association, or administration. MBA, what really comes down to what is your mindset that elicits your responses and your beliefs and then your actions, because a lot of people want behavioral change and yet they're not getting to the actual mindset to what they believe and how they're existing in their own lives and their paradigms, because society condition us, family, relationships, religion, all these things. And so it takes the reader down a journey through my life experiences authentically and vulnerably. It's real, it's raw. And there's also workbooks with each and every chapter. There's reflective questions, there's journaling prompts. So after every chapter, you're going through and analyzing, hey, how have I been holding on to these things that are limiting me? What am I holding on to? Who am I as an individual? And the book is channeled from God. I've never wrote a book before. I didn't plan on writing a book, but I made a deal with God after he saved me from a bloody mangled mess of destruction. And I said, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just please teach me how to live as a man, because I am so broken. I'm so angry. I'm holding on to these hurts and these pain and this trauma. I don't know how to live. I was drinking my face off because of PTSD. As a man, I didn't know how to deal with my emotions or my feelings. It was this internal landscape that was so foreign to me. And it was only by the grace of God that I'm alive here today. And so this book, there's a disclaimer on it too. And I say everything that is in this book is 100% my true account of what has happened in my life. And it is stranger than fiction. They write Hollywood movies that are, seem more normal than what's happened in my life, because I want people to know that God is real, miracles are real, and life is supernatural. But like a closed fist cannot receive, if we have a closed mind and a closed heart, we can't receive miracles and blessings that God has for us. The universe is so abundant and there's so many amazing miracles that are waiting for us. But if we're not willing or open, we're not going to receive it. And so God is like, hey, just open up the door a little bit. Start becoming a little curious. Show me how loved I am. Can I show me how good it can get? Show me like what I need to see in my life. And when I work with my clients, I say, the new mantra is give me the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the heart to feel the truth. Because there's so many lies in the world. We as humanity have been perpetuated by media manipulation, scarcity tactics, all this propaganda to keep us separated from our divinity and our God selves, because we are created in God's image, and our brothers and sisters. Look at what's happening across the planet. I mean, we have more than enough technology and resources and money to change the tide of our planet for eternity, like for the rest of our lives, if people would realize that there is a divine blueprint for your life. God knows you intimately and intricately, and he has woven you into the very fabric of existence with your talents and your abilities to benefit other people and to offer value and to receive value. And so this is what the book is about. There's 15 chapters, and as we're going in, I'm just going to set the intention. Whoever needs to hear a message today, I'm going to read something from it. And so we're going to go and we're gonna see what do we got. All right. Ooh, this is I don't know if y'all ready for that. That's about my tattoo. Here we go, page 154. History often repeats itself when we fail to reflect on our mistakes and maintain healthy boundaries. When we allow ourselves to be swayed by external pressures and expectations, we often make decisions that aren't authentic to our true selves. In my very own experience, I knew deep down that getting married wasn't right for me at the time, despite external influences urging me otherwise. In spite of my reservations, I succumbed to the pressures of religion, family, and friends, ultimately convincing myself it would bring happiness. However, it only highlighted the areas that needed the most work within myself and my deep-seated trauma in the relationship. And yeah, when we fail to hold healthy boundaries with ourselves and with other people, we're living a life that's inauthentic to us. It's not who we truly are, because we're in relationships that don't serve us. We're in jobs that don't fulfill us. We're engaged in behaviors that aren't the most beneficial, and we feel disconnected and lost. True love is holding healthy boundaries and the discipline to say, no, that's not for me. I don't welcome that into my life. You don't get to treat me like that. And it's standing up for yourself and knowing that you are more valuable than anything you could ever imagine. And God loves you. And when I was in heaven, I didn't want to come back. I was arguing with God. I really was. I was like, no, bro, I ain't going back. Yeah, right. The world's crazy and it's hard. And I'm one of the crazy people down there, dude. Like, I ain't gonna do it. And he's like, you have to go back. And I was like, no way. But he saved me. And this is the picture here of when I was this is a day and a half later, after 11 and a half hours worth of surgery on my face. God literally saved me from a blunt force trauma on a motorcycle without a helmet. I just hit head first, and I could be dead. I could be dead. I could be a vegetable. I could be a paraplegic, but I made a deal on my life, and I said, you teach me how to live, and I'll share it with the world, and I'll let everybody know about it. And so this is a supernatural, mystical adventure, and I can guarantee if you read this book, this is a bold claim, I know, but if you read this book and you really open up your heart and your mind, it'll change your life, and you'll understand things in a new light and a perspective that really empowers you, and it helps you in so many areas of your life. And then the final thing is, with the book, I started a foundation that's called Frontline First Responders.
Tell them about that code.
Yeah, that's the QR code for the book donation. And so that'll go to the link. You'll put in your information and the donation. It's a minimum donation of $44, but anything after that goes to the nonprofit. The nonprofit is called Frontline First Responders, and it's all about raising awareness on mental and emotional health for our first responders and letting people know it's okay to not be okay. It's a perfectly normal response to what you're experiencing. Us in the fire, police, military, EMS profession, we're the ones that are going in and saving people, but there's such a stigma that people don't want to talk about the things that they've experienced. And our people that are on the front lines are killing themselves. It's 3 to 4 times higher suicide, depression, overdose, substance abuse, divorces than the rest of the general population. And this is what happens when you're going from a fight or flight response consistently all the time. It doesn't matter if you're on the front lines or if you're in a relationship or in situations where you're consistently going to a fight or flight response. Your neurology and your chemistry, your physiology, the baseline is changing. So what would be normal for a regular person, because of the constant in and out of the fight or flight response, your chemistry changes. So then you're looking for more adrenaline or dopamine, or you're looking to numb out. So you're drinking or you're drugging or you're eating or you're sexing or you're working, and you're distracting yourself and you're numbing yourself because there's a gap and you're wanting to fill that gap. And so the real true healing work, the empowerment work, comes in to developing a relationship with the nervous system, because you have to feel it to heal it. If you are avoiding the feelings and the emotions of what you need to go through, the only way out is through, and it's straight through, and it's being brave. It's being brave and bringing the sunshine of the spirit and consciousness into these dark corners and be like, hey, what's going on here? And reclaiming your inner child and saying, hey, I got you. I love you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm not going to let that happen to you again. I'm going to take care of you. I love you. And having the discipline to hold healthy boundaries with other people and yourself, and to know that it's a part of the normal human experience. So any donations are greatly appreciated. The book is $44. You'll get the audio book. You're going to get the worksheet. That's 15 pages for, 15 chapters, reflective questions, journaling prompts, meditations, all these amazing things you're going to get with the book. A physical copy, I'm going to sign it for you, put some Reiki and some blessings and some prayers into it, send it out from Hawaii, and I can guarantee that you guys are going to have an amazing time. I had a gentleman read the book in 3 days, and he was feeling disconnected. He was feeling down. He had reached this level of material success, but he was just numb inside. He read the book in 3 days. And you know what his response was, Lauren? He said, holy crap, I have never felt so connected in my life. My energy has skyrocketed, and people and animals are more drawn to me. And I said, this is a tome of transformation, baby. This is what I'm here to do. Like, the only reason why I'm still on the planet is to promote the message of God and miracles and let people know that your life can change. Just because you've been in an area that it's been difficult and challenging for years, whatever area, like, it can change, but you have to believe it can change, and you have to change your perspective, and you have to change your mindset. MBA, your mindset elicits the behaviors, which elicits the actions that you're going to experience in your life.
And you're finishing up over here. So, is that the police?
No, somebody knocking on the window. They just wanted to say, hey, see what's going on.
Is that the police?
Is that the police? Nah.
Oh, okay. Like, got $1? Got any change? A few years ago, that could have been me. Oh, yeah. So listen, I want to ask you something. You have siblings?
I do. Yep. I have an older brother and a younger brother. I'm the middle child.
Now I'm waiting for your answer over here.
I do. Yep. I have a brother and a younger brother.
You're the middle child. So if you could speak to the younger you, this fella, what would you say to him? Didn't think I was gonna find it. Look at this.
You bugger. Yeah, I'm the one that's in the back with my hands. You know, my older brother's, on the bottom, and my little brother, my baby brother's sitting there. What would I say to him? To my younger self, I would say that you are stronger than anything that you've gone through or experienced, and it's a part of the journey. And with God, anything is possible. He takes your trauma and your tragedy, and he transmutes it into treasure. He takes what was meant for destruction or pain or, this garbage, and he transmutes it into gold. And the thing is once we realize that what we've gone through is for our benefit, for our soul's expansion and our growth, it's the very resistance upon us that forges us if we choose to move forward boldly and to not be victims but be victors. It is the pressures that forge us into our greatest self. So the motorcycle accident and going through that, and my near-death experience, and after going through divorce and bankruptcy and all of these traumas, it is the very pressures that have forged me. And I've said, okay, how can I learn from these? How can I grow from these? How can I become better and not bitter? Because if we go into a place of being bitter, the world is against us and people are terrible and I hate my life and I'm so full of anger and hate, that's not going to get you anywhere. You have to turn into a place of gratitude and be like, okay, this sucks. This is a painful situation, but what is it teaching me? How can I grow? And God, give me the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the heart to feel, because I know you have plans to prosper me and not to harm me. I know you have a plan for my life. And once you open that box up a little bit, just the door, just peek it a little bit, and you're like, all right, God, show me, universe, like I'm ready. Bam, you're going to get some help. You're going to get some, some breakthrough, but you have to be ready for it, and you have to truly believe it and be willing.
Absolutely. Let me ask you, did you, since your near-death experience, do you ever have dreams where you go back? You know, can you still see what you saw when you were there? Or is it like a one and done and you really just get to experience the spiritual champagne bubbles later?
No, when I really step into this place of meditation and this deep, deep gratitude and prayer, I can get to a small fraction of it. And but it's really quieting the mind. And I've had experiences where I've felt so much love and so much connection,
Mm.
but it's a difficult place to get to, just because of I believe like so much programming in society and all the things. But if you open up your heart truly and fully and you say, show me how loved I am, I want to witness. I truly believe that we can get there. It's like I want to experience you, God, like nothing else is going to suffice. Nothing else. I don't care about this. And if literally, if somebody came up to me today and they said, I'll give you $1 billion, I'll give you cars and houses and women and whatever you want, and then God said, hey, you want to come back? I'd be like, ah, no question about it. I don't want anything that this world has to offer, because it literally is that amazing. It's beyond anything you can ever experience. Like I would go back in an instant, Lauren. I really would. I would go back in an instant. And when it gets difficult some days, I'm like, why am I still here? Why are people so you know? But it's just part of the journey, you know.
Unbelievable.
And so love and compassion. And yeah, it's there's a page that I opened up, if I can share something real quick before this, because it's kind of on this.
That kind of seems like, oh, yeah, yeah, for sure.
No, go
Go ahead.
ahead. Yeah, you said that kind of seems like.
Well, it kind of seems like it would be harder. Not like, okay, I was like, do I want to go back? Do I constantly obsess about it's better there? Or does it make it seem like, oh, look at this? You know what I mean? Because it's like you've been able to, I love the way heaven tastes. You see what I mean? Now you got to come back and stick your finger in the toilet, which is earth, and kind of go, not so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does make it challenging. It really does. And it's some days it's more challenging than others, even after all the stuff I've experienced. And I love helping people, and I love having people have these breakthroughs and these epiphanies and really get their life on track. And it's still challenging sometimes. I'm like, all right, God, like I made a deal with you. And it's so funny. Like there was somebody, I was feeling pretty, like I was feeling a certain way yesterday. I was feeling, like, man, the world, I feel just heavy and all these things. And just what we're talking about. And somebody reaches out through like social media, somebody that I don't even know, or somebody randomly, and they're just like, hey, like you're doing good, like God loves you, like this is like, keep on going. And the person said specifically, thank you for upholding your end of the promise to God. This book is going to help heal the world. And I was like, who is this person? Like, how would you know that? Right. And so God speaks through people in, mysterious ways. And so one of the things with the book, when you donate for the book, you're going to get the book, the
All
audiobook,
the time.
the workbooks, and also you're going to get a free 30-minute session with me. So we can really dive into some stuff and give you some tools right away. So this is on page 374. Each of us is endowed with a unique mission, intricately intertwined with our talents, abilities, and life experiences. God and the universe have crafted a divine plan for us, conceived long before our names were ever spoken. Yet to discern this plan, we must quiet our minds, steady our hearts, and listen intently in the silence. Too often, we find ourselves consumed by the rush of the future or the weight of the past, neglecting the profound presence of the eternal now. Our lives become a frantic race, mistaken for a sprint when it is, in truth, a journey, a singular pilgrimage that belongs to each of us alone. Yet we allow ourselves to be ensnared by the trappings of materialism, the lure of social media, and the ceaseless clamor of social interactions, friendships, and relationships. We're often caught in a relentless cycle of distraction, overlooking the quiet wisdom that awaits us in the stillness of our souls.
Powerful. Powerful. And you're still talking over there. It's just but I've kind of gotten the hang of it during the hour. I didn't realize how easy it is to read lips. Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just want to now, but that's what I can't. When I can't hear myself. Ooh, it's so be quiet. Okay, there. I want to say this as we get ready. We've got about 4 more minutes. I wondered if you would be willing to speak to the survivors. The survivors. I feel that on my spirit. I know, Sherry McQueen, you are a survivor of cancer. Robert Brooker, you are a survivor of all sorts of things. I think every one of us is a survivor of something, because why else would we be here if it wasn't to get through something? And in order to get through it, you have to get into it, or you're never going to get through it. Is that all that shit about that? I call it wall time. Get over it, find a way around it, dig from underneath. No, God promises point to windows of opportunity and doors of opportunity, because you're supposed to be a little cautious, skeptical, but not fearful, and peek through the window, see what you need to see, and then with me, he says, come on through the door. Let's get to it. So speak to the survivors. Take us out with that about how no matter what it looks like, this is your moment. It is here because I know we're not tested because God doesn't believe we're capable of getting through something. He's testing us because he wants to push us into the self-realization that we are capable of making it through everything. Everything. So if you could, take us out with it.
Yeah, the things that we've gone through, and sometimes they're difficult, they're challenging, they don't seem fair, they don't seem as if, how could you let this happen to me, God? I've lost my partner, or I've experienced so much trauma in my life, or maybe I was abused physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, whatever it is. I know that it can be difficult and challenging because I've experienced a vast majority of all those things. And this is what I have for you. God is there for us all the time. Oftentimes it's us in our disconnection, in our bitterness or our pain or our suffering, that we're not actually opening up our hearts to the possibility that it could get better, and it could get better quickly, because we're clinging so much to this suffering. It's like holding on to a hot coal, and it's burning us and it's burning us, and we know what it is, but we won't just drop it. We won't just let it go. When we surrender to the suffering, the pain, the shame, the guilt, and we move into that, there's no more resistance, and that's the place where we can begin moving forward today, right now, because we're not creating this separation anymore. It's like, okay, this is exactly where I'm at. These are my feelings that I'm feeling. These are the emotions. And if you need to cry or rage or scream and not clearly hurt anybody, but that's a good thing. Your body needs to let it go. You need to move through it. It's not serving you. Because why would you want to take all this luggage of pain and hurt from the past into your beautiful future? There was a time when I wanted to die for almost a decade. I was just so depressed. I was so down. I was drinking. I was drugging. I'd experienced so much trauma. I couldn't see a way out. But God meets us where we're at. So don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. And really just ask and be like, God, like, help me out. Please. Like, I'm ready. Like, I surrender. Like, I'm just, help me change my thoughts and my mind. And it's that's where it's at. So I just was reading what Sherry said. Sherry McQueen. God bless you, Sherry McQueen. God bless everybody who's watching.
That's it. That's it. Yes. Thank you, Sherry. Yes. Thank you so much. And I want to say as we get out of here, internal landscape that stood out with me today. Write that down and check out and get to know the landscape within your own journey, within your own person, and also share these vulnerable moments with someone else and allow them to share their vulnerable moments with you. I believe those are the things that bring us closest to each other. Not just, braggart things and, things you can touch. Talk about things you can only do and see what happens. Listen, I can't wait till you do something. Maybe we should do it together, but I think we need to do something in Hawaii. A lot of people would love to come. It would be great. They would come one version of themselves and definitely leave another version of themselves. I know that to be true. Thank you so much. And listen, happy Valentine's Day. And you guys get the book. The link is inside your comment section at the very top. It's here on the screen. And we have this here. Let me put it up one more time. This right here. Scan it. Get your handheld device out and grab it real quick. Take a picture of it. And there you go. And in the meantime, get out of here. Have the best day, the best weekend, the best everything. That's what God wants for you. Only the best. If it isn't the best, leave it. Leave it for the rest. The rest of something else, but not you. Take the best with you. I'm Dr. Lauren, and I tell you every day, I love you, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Have the best weekend, y'all. We're out of here. Bye. Thank you so much. Go back to bed if you do. I think you're donating time or something right now, right?
Yeah. What's that?
Aren't you going to do something right now?
Yeah, I'm actually, there's somebody that's coming from California that it's called community grief counseling. So it's to help communities and people move through grief after disasters or trauma and stuff. So yeah, it's this free class that I'm going to and to get certified in it. So
there you go. Okay. Well, have the best day ever. Thank you for honoring us and pouring into us. I love you. And I can't wait till we see each other the next time. Okay.
Likewise.
Bye, everybody. Have the best day ever. I'll see you Monday.
Hui ho.
Right here. Bye, everybody. Sorry about all this, but we did it anyway.
Yeah.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul.